What's up? Tyler here, Weekly Metal Reviews, here with a brand new review, this time of the 2012 release of Enslaved's new album, RIITIIR. However you pronounce it, please tell me if you know how to pronounce it correctly. It's on Nuclear Blast Records, and it just came out recently, October 9th. And I honestly didn't know Enslaved had a new album coming out. And when I saw they debuted the track Thoughts Like Hammers, listened to it, I was really impressed, and I knew this was going to be a good album, and it is. This is going to end up being in my top 5 at least by the end of the year. It's just such a beautiful record, but I'll dive into that. But first I want to say something that if any of you have been following us for a really long time, you might have noticed black metal isn't something that's really reviewed or touched upon on this channel very much. I like black metal. I don't like all black metal. I like bands such as Enslaved, which happens to be my favorite black metal band. I love, Dimmu Borgir, Cradle of Filth, Immortal's a good one, Watain. I like black metal, some black metal bands. I just don't enjoy all of them. If you're a hardcore black metal fan, much respect to you, man. Keep loving black metal. It's just something that I personally cannot get deeply into. But there's some bands that are really enjoyable for me to listen to, and Enslaved is one of them. And I absolutely adore their last album, Axioma Ethica Odini, however that's pronounced. Just the sheer amazingness and scope of that, just amazing scope of that record is mind-boggling. That definitely would be in my top 5, if not really top 3 of 2010, if I would go back and make a list of the best albums from that year. But anyways, enough of that stuff. Let's dive into this album. And from start to finish, this is just an amazing ride of just beauty, aggression, and at least everything you would enjoy in an Enslaved album, especially with their most recent works, such as like Vertebrae or Ethica Axioma Odini, whatever. Axioma Ethica Odini. Apologize. The beauty in the vocals is just mind-blowing to me. The clean passages are just so, I keep saying the word beautiful, but they are truly, truly beautiful. There's something that just moves me, just really gets me into it. They're beautiful, they're amazing, they're everything. I don't know how to describe them because they're just something you have to listen to. They're so powerful. They're so, they make my heart melt. They really do. Death in the Eyes of Dawn, my favorite track off that album. Just that vocal line, vocal passage is so heart-melting and beautiful. I keep describing it as beautiful, but it really, really is. And just the voice is so unique and used in such an amazing way that it's true to only Enslaved. And it's one thing that I love about this band. It's the biggest hook to me is the vocals on this album. Not that the guitar work or anything else is bad, but it's great. I'll get to that. But also the screen vocals are very good. On their latest one from 2010, the screams were a little bit more high, like a high-pitched scream throughout the record. This one I noticed kind of more of a low, mid-range growl. It kind of reminds me of like old Opeth from like Orchid or Morning Rise or something. And there's some like really low talky type parts that I thought were very interesting. They really spice things up and a couple of the songs they used that, and I thought that was really cool. The song "Forsaken," I believe, at the end, just that very soothing outro to the entire album. You know, that those vocals there were really cool. But overall, the vocal work, I would just have to give an A+++++ on this album. It's mind-boggling, and you really have to listen to it. It's the first thing that really just hit me, and you know, when you turn Thoughts Like Hammers on, it really hits you like, wow. You know, if you thought that the vocals were great on their previous album, I mean, you haven't seen anything. This album is just, it's a step up to me, and that's kind of hard to do when the vocals on that one were damn fucking good. Anyways, moving on to the guitar work, I love the beauty in this guitar work. It has its you know, kind of its black metal moments, you know, it's more straight up, you know, just black metal, power chords, raw aggression, you know, and those moments are cool. But the melody on this is just amazing, such as like I alluded to, my favorite song, "Death in the Eyes of Dawn." Just right when that starts, you're just wowed, you know. And the acoustic guitar used at the end of that, and I believe in a couple other songs, are very it's a very nice touch that makes the album and the song just shine. And I love the whole tone to the guitar. I know I talk about guitar tone in like every album, and I always say I really like it. That's because a lot of bands have really good guitar tones. But I like this one because it's got a crunch to it, but it's very clean. But it's not like, you know, it's not overly heavy, and it's really cool. It's very it's kind of soothing to listen to when you listen to it. It's not something that's just like rah in your face. It's just something that's like it's not laid back, but it's not too laid back. You know, it's just right in the middle. It's, you know, it's very nice sounding guitar. Overall, that leads me to the production. The production on this album is fantastic. I love, you can really hear everything. And one thing I loved about their last album is the little tiny moments that you can just kind of barely hear. It's kind of like just like ambience in a way, but it's not. It's just those little tiny touches that Enslaved puts into their music really just helps bring it alive, and they're found on here for sure. And it's just amazing. This is truly an album. If you're a fan of progressive music, if you're a fan of black metal, you really gotta check out. And because it'll just blow your mind, because it blew me. It just flat out floored me. I listened to this album about 6 or 7 times now, because it's kind of tough to get your mind around the first time, but you really know it's awesome. But you just want to listen to it again to get those little tiny details, and there's, you know, hear the specialness of this record. And I listened to it the first time all the way through. I was flattered, and I was like, damn. So you know what I did? I put it on again. There's not very many albums that I do that. So that's really saying something, how enjoyable of an album this is. This is just flat out enjoyable to listen to. You can listen to it any time, you know. I listened to it while I was driving, I listened to it while I was working, I listened to it while I fucking do my homework, you know. It's such an enjoyable listen, and the drums are just strong. The snare sounds awesome. Like, you can hear everything. It works so well because the production is so good on this album. Just like I said, the vocals are great, the guitar is great, the drums are great. Everything is fantastic about this album, and this is just an album you should really go buy and listen to in a nice fucking stereo system you know, sound system, whatever, you know, because it's, you'll pick up on the little things that Enslaved throws in there, and I enjoyed it. This is a strong album. There's not a bad moment. There's not a damn bad note. There's not a fucking terrible song on this. It is all beauty in just raw aggression from start to finish. I love this. The lyrics are great, if I must throw that in there too. This is a strong album. This is up there in my top 5 currently, and I know it will be at year's end. So pick up RIITIIR, however you pronounce it, by Enslaved on Nuclear Blast Records, because it is out now. I give this a 9.5 out of 10. Seriously, check this out. This is good shit. So I'm Tyler, signing off. Much love.